searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing you an episode of Last Epoch on my Master of Flame. You know, maybe I could get James Earl Jones to record that for me so I'd sound even better than I do now. Ooh. That's my horrible impersonation of James Earl Jones. Okay, something I found out. I was wondering that from Arcane Warden grants 15% increased melee attack speed, very nice, and 10% chance to gain 15 ward on a melee hit. So it's not every time, and it's not going to happen a lot because it's only a 10% chance. But I was wondering if the wave from the flame reave would actually work. And surprisingly, it actually does. So here's a set of boxes. Boom, I get ward. Not a lot of ward, and it's, you know, it's gonna decay pretty quickly. But I actually get ward from using flame weave from a distance, which is very nice. And it casts pretty quickly, and, you know, my ward card going up. So big waves of mobs, I might have to think about doing something with ward with this character. All right, so we're back up here in the upper district where I was at before. It uses so much mana, but it is so cool. You guys can't see anything. There we go. Yeah, that pillar needs to get a little bit of a tweak. It will block your vision some. Oh, and before, remember when I was saying my fireball was free? My fireball isn't free, okay? The fireball costs 3 mana. And one of my viewers told me this, I actually missed it. But if I take my weapon out that subtracts 3 from spell mana cost, my fireball starts casting. Now it's not costing a lot of mana. It's only 3, but still that means that the subtracts 3 from your spell mana cost is a thing that actually does work in the game. I wasn't trying to test that, but hey, I'm not gonna look a gift mana in the mouth. I tried. I didn't know where else to go with that. I figured I'd go there, and it was pretty piss poor. I know. So like my fire shield, I'm definitely going to be buffing the ever-loving hell out of fire shield. Now, I am thinking about dropping the fire shield so I can buff my flame reave, but I think I'll hold off. I love fire shield too much. Fire shield is one of my favorite abilities. And flame weave right now is actually doing pretty good. Standing right there and taking that hit wasn't doing very good. That was actually pretty stupid, but smack that out there. And then let my ward protect me. Protect me, ward. Protect me. Anytime I can get multiple enemies or stuff out there, I can actually get decent ward from it. Ward retention might be a good thing on this character. There's something I need to look at. What was that item? I think I like the scepter idea. I think the scepter is actually a really good weapon for us. Let's run around here and kill these mobs real quick. See, now there the ward actually did exactly what I needed. I didn't take any damage from the guy, even though he gave me his full smack right across the head. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't need anything. My ward protected me. Let's go ahead and get the book. We all know that as soon as I touch this thing, and it is touch, nothing's spawning. But as soon as I touch that, spawn city! I thought there was more the last time I was in here. Not sure. This is basically all that's in here. I think I'll grab that for the damage over time. Try to rip those off. If I get lucky and get those shards. How many shards are I got 2. Got a couple more shards. I found something out from a streamer the other day, and I figured I was just an idiot and missed it, because I am an idiot and I do miss stuff. But I mentioned it in another stream today, and somebody that's been playing the game easily as long as I have was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. And I figured that if two people that have been playing this game for a long time didn't know this, a lot of other people probably don't know it. And you're like, okay, would you stop teasing it and tell us what it is? Yeah, give me a second. Let me finish these guys off. Oh, it didn't reach. There we go. All right, so I've got 4 shards. Okay, perfect. I can do this one at a time, and it takes a while. People are asking for these maybe to be stacked so it doesn't fill up your inventory. They're not that hard to manage. Open your inventory, and instead of clicking with your right mouse button each item, shift click, and they all go into your stacks. But you can't take them out of there. Okay, cool. I was wondering about that. I never actually checked, but no, you can't take them out of there. Breaking boxes trying to get ward. Ward is life. I could see that being a really good skill. Oh yeah. Stacked it with a couple other things that give me ward. I'll be a happy flame mage. And only slightly conceited. Let's fireball you a little bit. Bring you in for it. I took that hit. That hurt. So I do like how and I don't know if it's intended. I don't know if that wave is supposed to be considered a melee attack or a melee attack. I like that it is. I think that's a good build mechanic to make some builds work. Some awesome skills. I need some damage over time skills, especially ignite. My weapon has to have ignite on it. Oh, and skills. Yes. I have not even looked. This is the first time I've looked into this, okay? 8% increase in attack speed adds 1 to the mana cost. Ouch. 10% increased damage, okay. Explosive blood. 10% increased mana cost per allocated point. Enemies killed with Flame Reave have a 15% chance to explode per allocated point. Oh, typo. Double N's not supposed to be there. Explosion scales with increase to fire damage and spell damage, but not with other nodes on this tree. Okay. And the wave of a fighter travels 2% slower per allocated point and 10% narrower. Bleh, I can't talk yet again. Cone per allocated point. So it doesn't, it's not as wide. It's narrower. Adds 18% chance to ignite per allocated point. Ooh, I wanted the ignite, but I don't know if I want a narrow cone. Is there another node that will make it wider? So can I get my, let's see, wide. Flame Wave travels 15% faster and 15% wider cone per allocated point. But I have to take the one, I take 3 of this that adds to the mana cost. All right, how about mana? Ooh, okay, so this one, mana cost. Oh, World Fire. So instead of a wave going forward, it is a circle. Okay. And then what's the one for coming back to you? I could have sworn they were testing. Narrow cone, regardless of other nodes. Oh, this one's regardless of other nodes. Ooh, 3-second cooldown. That would hurt. because I do want to make this like a spammable skill. I think that'd be kind of fun. Let's see. I know this is kind of boring, but I want to go through this with you guys because this is actually important. Is there one for the wave pulls enemies towards you while it returns? Ah, okay, so this must be Flame Caller. The wave of flames returns to you. The damage of the wave continues to decrease while returning to you, down to a minimum of 20% of the initial damage. 20% of base fire damage added as base lightning damage per allocated point. So it's added damage. So I can add lightning damage to my... Oh, okay. That's an interesting node. And it calls back. Adds 2% to the base critical strike chance. Adds 30% critical strike multiplier. 16% more melee fire per allocated point. 10% fire damage and fire protection per allocated point. Okay. Well, so there's some interesting ideas. I really like the idea of this node. This is a free, it doesn't cost me anything to get Heat Wave. Heat Wave is a really good one to go for because it's free flat damage. Huh. I'm going to have to look at these and try to figure out what the best ones are. But I think for now, though I want the Ignite, I can get Ignite off something else. And since I can't immediately lower the mana cost, I'm going to go for Heat Wave. And so that when I do use it, my mana is more efficient because I'm doing more damage with it. And I'm going to keep going straight into a Chant Weapon because that's another flat damage. Your fire melee attacks deal 4% additional fire damage. So that's definitely something I want to boost. Sorry for the delay there, but I think that was kind of important to try to learn the skill, especially since it's a new skill and I've never looked in the tree. Not on the forum, not on the forum, not in the wiki or anything like that. It was just, you know, I wanted to see this skill for the first time on camera and figure it out. Cobalt Scepter. Doesn't have anything else on it. I'm gonna leave it. All right, so I'm gonna pop behind me. No, not this time. Good. Mana regen. Okay, I know I'm gonna get a big boy spawning in the back here, so I'm gonna run up and just whack you a couple times. Hit that, try to get ward, and then take on the big guy. I got the ability, I might as well use it. But yeah, I can definitely see stacking Ignite on that ability. It would be really nice. Especially if the ability has its own. Ouch! They hurt! Owie, 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 owie. Pull back. Ouch, chargers. I hate chargers. Alright, fortunately I am constantly damaging the one because he's close enough, fast enough to get to my flame shield. Alright, that's working. Not running in a straight line. That's definitely a prerequisite for these guys. Alright, I'm gonna try see if I can spam on him. There we go. That worked. Woo! I thought I was dead there. Okay. 40% increase. I will eventually, but I'm gonna go for the retaliation. And then I want to put 2 in here and go for Rapid. Rapid, basically, it lowers the threshold for when fireballs will get fired out. And there's some cool things you can do with Fire Shield and some unique items. I'm not going to be doing it for this build, but there are some cool things. I'll show you because I happen to have one of the items. Actually, I've got a few of the items, actually. I might even have a full set of my I don't know, what do you want to call it? The Fire Shield Automatic 240 Bravo Assault Weapon Set? Can I make the name any more convoluted? Probably if I tried. Let's not and say I did. How about that? It's convoluted enough as it is. All right, into the precipice. I had to think for a sec. Now the only problem with the fire shield, the way it is, the way the circle is now, it does make seeing some of the smaller enemies a little difficult. I'm not sure if it's just I'm not looking at it correctly, or if it really is difficult. It feels a little more difficult to see some enemies. All right, hit you guys. Oh yes, ward generator. Well, I didn't get a lot of ward from that. Get my fire shield up. There's a fireball. Fireball from my fire shield actually killed it. That's awesome. Now there are some nice abilities I can mix into this. I should have access to them eventually. Let me see. Yes, Ice Ward. Ice Ward is awesome. It's a protective shield and grants 4 ward per second. So not only am I generating ward this way, I can generate ward this way and maintain it and keep it up, which would be nice. Additional shock, 10% fire protection, 1 attunement. Attunement for this character actually is not a bad idea, because attunement grants 10% increased elemental damage and 30 elemental protection. Agility will grant me 10% ward retention and 10% increased spell damage. So I actually want to stack both attunement and agility, attunement and intelligence on this character if I can. Ooh, big boys. Just wait till my fire shield's fully buffed. And you're really gonna eat it, buddy. Ouch! I see that coming. I'm gonna move out of it real quick. I don't know if I dodged it. I was just like, oh, he spawned a black orb on me. Let's move around to this side. I was waiting for him to pop back up again. Oh, no, 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 I didn't want to do that. Should start casting Fireball off on him. Alright. Unallocated passive. Once again, enchant weapon. Keep putting my points into there. I think once I get fire shield, I might start putting some points into sorcerer, because the whole point on this build is to put up to 25 points here and up to 25 points here. I'm doing a basement build. I want to up until level 50. All my points are going in the basement, boys and girls. Living in mom's basement on this build. The question is, okay, so that's 10%. I can go to 20, or do I want to get... I'm going to go for the ignite. I'd rather be able to do some ignite. And like I said, I could always just redo this again. It's nothing that says I have to keep this build. But if I can catch them on fire, multiple ways of proccing it, then more times, more times than not, enemies are going to be burning. And, you know, I'm a master of the flame. That's what I want. I want enemies to burn. I want enemies to feel my righteous fire. I'll cast a couple fireballs down there. Weaken up the turrets that make this guy, well, interesting. I wouldn't say difficult, but make them interesting. Taking a lot of damage, though. And unfortunately, I'm not getting enough ward, so definitely want the ice. I know I'm going to be Master of the Flame, and I'm going to be using an ice spell, but it's too juicy of an ability not to use, honestly. See, I'm not going to forget that area now. I know where that area is at. Oh, hold on a second. You're still alive. Come in and smack you a couple times. Now, I could easily juice this character with the gear that I have. Oh, yes, finally got some boots. But I was looking for faster movement speed boots, but oh well. I'm a poor mage. I'll take what I can get. I had to pay an arm and a leg for my apprenticeship. Now I'm trying to save up for my mastery. You know how much gold a mastery costs these days? The prices they charge is outrageous. See, when I got multiple enemies like that, this skill feels really good. When you're one-on-one, it's definitely much weaker skill. At least with my current gear and with the current level of the skill. Here it shines. It's amazing. And I think having the ability that brings it back, that'd be cool as well. I don't know if I want to suck them in when it pulls them back. That could be interesting, especially if I get my fire shield really buffed up and thereby bringing my enemies to my fire shield is an interesting idea. Charger. Probably best just to stay near him and just run around him in a circle. Trying to dodge some of his damage and not tank it so much. Burn! Wait until I have a weapon that ignites well. I need something that gens mana too. That's definitely something that's necessary if I want to keep using this skill. It's a nice skill though. I like Flame Reave. I think it's a really good skill. And you know, I'm thinking about, I don't know if coming back is actually that useful. I mean, it's going to add additional damage, you know, some, but because of the drop off of the damage, maybe the points invested into it might not be worth it. I don't want to make a final recommendation. I have no clue. I haven't played with it enough. But that is something I definitely, you know, it's definitely making me think. Oh, this is nice. Run up and just smack a little bit. Now, if I buff my mana strikes so that I actually get mana back when I hit enemies, that will help as well. Give them some flame reaves, yeah, as they're running towards you, and then once they reach you, just smack them, and you're out of mana, and just use that to build mana, and then continue so you keep casting the spell. Something for better. Maybe this chest? Okay, that's something. I'm gonna drop that shield. Now, remember what I was saying about the shards, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Practical. Now, the only thing is the runes don't work that way. The runes and glyphs don't work that way. All right, so sort my items. Anything else? Necrotic, no. Necrotic, critical strike. Armor and health, I think, is a little bit more important. Nope. Unfortunately, nothing else I'm getting is actually useful to me. Oh well. Now, there is a wing I didn't go into. Let's go. Well, I need to finish this area. I wasted a lot of time trying to figure that skill out. I thought it was useful information. In case somebody else wants to... Ooh, nice. In case somebody else wants to look at that skill. And consider trying to do a build around it. See, that was a good use of the skill. Smack him until he gets close. Now this guy's gonna be tough for my character right now. I was trying to use those boxes to build some ward, but that didn't work. Come on, there, finally get some ward. Yeah, I definitely need a faster weapon. I need to be able to swing my weapon much faster. It's getting nice. Like I said, that one would be good. Spell Weaver actually isn't too bad either. Oh, I'm thinking something, guys. Flame. I'm wondering if this is not intended. That is a melee skill, all right, but it's a fire skill. Maybe it doesn't count as a spell. I bet it doesn't count as a spell, because I was looking at that one node that says if you've used a spell within your melee attack is better. If you used a melee attack, your next spell will hit harder. And I was wondering if the two of those could play off each other. That would probably be a little broken, so I'm gonna guess it's not intended to be that way. Go for more ignite, maybe. I don't want the cooldown. 15% more damage against ignited enemies would be nice, though. Now, the chilled enemies is actually interesting because the ice ward gives me the chill effect on my enemies, because once they get close enough, they get within the chill area, the cold area that I'm casting. Uh-oh, I walked into the armory. Now I gotta finish the event. Okay, no problem. We should be able to handle this. The smaller enemies are gonna be a joke with this skill. I might actually keep some of the soldiers alive this time. I think I'm gonna try to concentrate on keeping these 3 soldiers alive over here. Guys, I'm running out of mana. What are you doing? Hold on a sec. I'll use my fire shield to try to protect you. I'm trying to keep them alive, but I don't have the mana to do it. Try to slow down the enemy. Try to tank. Use my fire shield. I'm down to one soldier. He has to live. Stop charging ahead. Stupid. Ah. He's still alive. I thought he was down already. How much health do you have? Oh, he does heal pretty good, though. If I can keep him, he's going to die here. He's going to die here. Unless I can get them all on me. Which is actually hurting. Nope. Attack me. Don't attack him. Oh, no. I thought he was dead. I was like, where is he? Every time I think he's dead, oh, now he's dead. Darn it. It's so hard to keep those guys alive. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters if you keep them alive. Be interesting to find out if it does. All right, round everybody up. And that's a nice use of the skill. I like the sound of the wave hitting multiple enemies. It sounds really good. Man, my fire shield only does 2 damage per second. That's pretty weak. I think I'm gonna go ahead and be smart and pull out a second. Trying to control the situation. I dodged it. Eat a fireball. Eat a fireball. He's like, here, have my black ball. Ooh, okay. Well, I beat the event. It wasn't pretty, but I couldn't save any of the soldiers. I was trying to. I like to come back when I have better gear and try to redo it. And I want to see, I wonder if they've added something where keeping them alive actually means something. Yeah, you guys hurt. I'm gonna drop you guys with no tomorrow. Now listen to the sound of the wave hitting. So they did that really well. It does actually have individual hits. Each enemy that's getting hit is individually getting hit. It's not just damage going forward and just striking the enemies just to say, okay, these enemies were hit. There's a physical feel to the skill, represented by the graphical representation of it, and that actual nice bass sound of thump, thump, thump. Here. Triple thump. Triple thump. And then one was delayed because the other guy was a little further back. His hit happened a few seconds later, so it gave you that sense of space as well. That is really well done, and I don't think easy to do anything like this. I'm going to put one more point here because my next one's going to go to rapid retaliation. Then I'll put a point into burning orbs and, well, 3 points into it. And then I want the piercing fireball so that it hits more enemies. It'll pierce and keep hitting enemies as it goes. But that's my time for today. I've been critical. This is my Master of Flame build. Those boxes just fell out of nowhere. They're throwing boxes at me now. The enemies can't kill me, so now they're going to throw boxes at me. Okay. Well, on that note, if you've enjoyed this content, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.